You need to follow these 12 drills to master your golf game and finally break 90. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're about to embark on a journey to transform your golf game. We're talking about shaving strokes off that scorecard and finally breaking 90. How are we going to do it? With 12 killer golf drills that are going to take you from beginner to bogey-slaying machine. I'm talking driver, irons, wedges, putters, the whole shebang. We're covering it all, folks. So whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, make sure you've got your clubs handy, because we're diving straight in. This is going to be epic. Get ready to unleash your inner golfing legend. Right, let's kick things off with the big dog, the driver. This drill is all about getting that club head speed up for maximum distance. Now I see a lot of golfers trying to kill the ball with their driver, but trust me, it's all about technique, not brute force. For this drill, we're going to focus on a nice, smooth swing. Imagine you're trying to whip a towel across a lake. You want that nice snap at the bottom of the swing. To get that feeling, grab an alignment stick and place it about a foot in front of your ball towards the target. Now as you swing, focus on brushing the club head along the ground just behind the ball. The alignment stick acts as a guide to make sure you're hitting the sweet spot every time. Don't try to lift the ball, let the club do the work. Keep your head down, eyes on the ball, and feel that smooth, powerful swing. You should start to see that ball flying further and straighter. Remember, consistency is key, lads. Practice this drill regularly, and you'll be bombing drives down the fairway in no time. Alright lads, now that we've got that swing speed sorted, let's talk about stance and alignment because, trust me, it makes a world of difference. You can have the smoothest swing in the world, but if your body isn't positioned right, you're going to be spraying the ball all over the shop. So first things first, grab your driver and find yourself a nice flat spot on the range. Now, imagine there's a line running directly from the ball to the target. You want your feet, hips, and shoulders all parallel to that line. It's like setting up train tracks. Everything needs to be aligned for the train to run smoothly. Next, make sure you've got a comfortable width with your stance, slightly wider than shoulder width apart. You don't want to be too cramped or too spread out. Now here's a little tip. Position the ball just inside your left heel, for right-handed golfers. This will help you catch the ball on the upswing, giving it that beautiful towering flight. Remember, consistency is key. Practice this setup every time you hit your driver and you'll see a massive improvement in your accuracy and distance. Stance, alignment, boom. Okay guys, now we're going to take everything we've learned so far and crank it up a notch. This drill is all about finding the perfect balance between power and control with your driver. We're going to use tees to help us groove a consistent swing path. Grab 3 tees and set them up in a straight line, about a foot apart. The first tee should be your normal ball position, the second tee about 6 inches behind, and the third tee a foot behind that. Now, tee up your ball on the front tee and get ready to swing. The goal here is to make contact with the ball and then clip the top of the second tee without hitting the third. This might sound tricky, but trust me, it's a game changer. This drill forces you to focus on a smooth, controlled swing, ensuring you're not coming over the top or hitting it too fat. It's all about finding that sweet spot and letting the club do the work. Concentrate on your tempo and balance throughout the swing. Remember, it's not about how hard you can hit it, but how well you can control it. Right lads, let's move on to those irons. Now before we get started, grab out your hitting mat and prepare for the drill that is going to change your game. If you haven't got a hitting mat, you can find one down in the description. Now, for this drill, you're going to need your trusty hitting mat and a handful of balls. We're going to focus on making solid contact and grooving that perfect divot. Place the ball in the center of the hitting mat and address it with your iron of choice. Remember what we learned about stance and alignment? Keep everything nice and square. Now, as you swing, imagine you're trying to sweep the ball off the mat with a smooth, controlled motion. Don't try to lift the ball in the air. Let the loft of the club do the work. Focus on hitting down on the ball, compressing it against the mat. You should hear a crisp, solid sound at impact. Alright, now that you're making solid contact with those irons, let's work on some laser-like accuracy. For this drill, you're going to need 2 targets, alignment sticks, cones, or even just a couple of towels will do. Place your targets about 10 yards apart at your desired distance. Now grab your chosen iron and address the ball as usual. Focus on your alignment, making sure your body is parallel to the target line. Here's the challenge. Your goal is to hit one shot at the left target and then one shot at the right target, back and forth. This drill forces you to really hone in on your alignment and swing path. If you're consistently missing to one side, it's a good indication that you need to adjust your setup or swing accordingly. Remember, small adjustments can make a big difference. This drill is all about building consistency and developing that feel for hitting your targets with pinpoint accuracy. Now, let's talk about trajectory control with your irons. This is a crucial skill to master, especially when you need to hold greens or navigate tricky hazards. For this drill, we're going to focus on hitting both high soaring shots and low piercing shots. Start by selecting an iron, something in the middle of your set like a 7-iron. For the high shot, tee the ball up slightly higher than usual. This will help you launch the ball on a steeper angle. As you swing, focus on a smooth upward motion, finishing high with your hands. For the low shot, play the ball slightly back in your stance. This will help you de-loft the club slightly. As you swing, concentrate on compressing the ball and finishing lower with your hands. The key here is to experiment with different ball positions and swing finishes to see how they affect the trajectory of your shots. Right, lads, let's move on to the short game, and we're starting with wedges. This first drill is all about dialing in your distance control and becoming a master around the greens. For this drill, you'll need some markers or tees. Place one marker about 3 feet from the hole, another at 6 feet, then 9 feet and so on, all the way out to 15 feet. You're going to create a clock face around the hole. Now grab your pitching wedge or sand wedge and position yourself at one of the markers. Your goal is to chip the ball as close to the hole as possible. Focus on a smooth, controlled swing, using your wrists to generate spin. As you get more comfortable, move to different markers around the clock face, challenging yourself with different distances and angles. This drill is fantastic for developing feel and touch around the greens. Alright, let's take distance control with our wedges to the next level with the ladder drill. This one is great for grooving a consistent swing and developing a feel for how far each wedge carries. Pick a target about 20 to 30 yards away and grab 3 different wedges: your pitching wedge, sand wedge, and lob wedge. Starting with your pitching wedge, hit 3 shots to the target, focusing on a smooth, controlled swing. Then switch to your sand wedge and hit 3 more shots, trying to land them as close to the previous shots as possible. Finally, do the same with your lob wedge. The goal here is to create a ladder of shots with each wedge landing progressively closer to the target. This drill helps you understand the distance gaps between your wedges and builds confidence in your ability to control those distances. Now, let's talk about generating spin with your wedges. This is a crucial skill for stopping the ball quickly on the green, especially on those tricky pin positions. For this drill, we're going to focus on creating clean contact and using our wrists effectively. Choose a target about 20 to 25 yards away and grab your sand wedge or lob wedge. Tee the ball up slightly lower than usual to promote a descending blow. As you address the ball, position your hands slightly ahead of the club head. This will help you create a steeper angle of attack. As you swing, focus on accelerating through the ball, keeping your hands moving towards the target. Imagine you're trying to pinch the ball off the ground. The key to generating spin is to make clean contact with a descending blow. Practice this drill regularly, and you'll be amazed at how much backspin you can generate, making those greenskeepers sweat. Alright lads, it's time to talk about the flat stick, the putter. This first drill is all about improving your alignment and ensuring you're starting the ball on the right path. For this drill, you'll need 2 alignment sticks or something similar to create a gate. Place the alignment sticks parallel to each other, about a putter head width apart, and extend them back from the hole about 3 feet. Now place a ball in the middle of the gate and address it with your putter. Your goal is to roll the ball through the gate without hitting either side. Focus on your alignment, making sure your eyes are directly over the ball and your shoulders are parallel to the target line. This drill helps you develop a consistent stroke and ensures you're not pushing or pulling your putts. Okay, now let's talk about distance control with the putter. This drill is a classic for a reason, as it helps you develop a feel for how hard to hit your putts at varying distances. Find a flat section on the putting green and place 5 balls in a line about 3 feet apart. Now, starting with the closest ball, try to roll each putt into the hole. The key here is to focus on the speed of your stroke, not the length. As you move back to each ball, gradually increase the length of your backswing to control the distance. This drill helps you develop a consistent stroke and a better understanding of how far the ball will roll on different greens. Right, lads, it's time to put all that putting practice to the test with a little pressure drill. This one's all about simulating those nerve-wracking moments on the course when you need to hole a clutch putt. Place a ball about 3 feet from the hole. Now here's the catch. You only get one attempt to make this putt. Before you putt, take a deep breath and visualize the ball rolling into the center of the cup. Focus on your routine, your alignment, and your stroke. The goal here is to stay calm under pressure and execute your putt with confidence. You can make this drill more challenging by gradually increasing the distance of the putt or adding some friendly competition with your buddies. So, there you have it, lads. 12 killer golf drills to transform your game and help you break 90. Remember, consistency is key. Make these drills a regular part of your practice routine, and you'll start to see incredible improvements in your game. And don't forget to check out the link in the bio for all the best training aids to take your game to the next level. We've got hitting mats, alignment sticks, putting mirrors, you name it. Thanks for watching, guys. And remember, enjoy the journey. Golf shouldn't be about always hitting it perfect. Try to have fun and the results will follow. So get out there, have fun, and keep those birdies dropping.